Family, friends, and esteemed guests, welcome to the 2024 commencement at the University of Northern Iowa. Please rise as able for the graduating students. representatives of the faculty of the University of Northern Iowa. The heads of the academic departments of the University of Northern Iowa. President of the University of Northern Iowa, Dr. Mark A. Nook, and the Platform Party.
Students, faculty, staff, and esteemed guests, both here in person and online through our live stream, I bid you welcome to the Fall 2024 Commencement Exercises of the University of Northern Iowa, which will now be in order. My name is Chris Larimer, and I am serving as your Commencement Marshal. Please remain standing as able for the singing of our national anthem by UNI alumna and Associate Adjunct Professor in Voice at UNI, mezzo-soprano Michelle Monroe. She will be accompanied by the flagship jazz ensemble in the School of Music, Jazz Band 1, directed by Professor Christopher Mers. They have performed on stages throughout the world, and their repertoire spans the history of jazz, with an emphasis on new compositions and arrangements by UNI students and faculty. Today, the colors will be presented by the University of Northern Iowa ROTC Honor Guard.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. At this time, I have the honor of introducing the members of the Platform Party. All those introduced should please remain standing until the introductions have been completed, and I ask that applause be withheld until all have been introduced. Miss Nancy Dunkel, member of the Iowa Board of Regents. Dr. Mark Nook, President. Dr. Jose Herrera, Provost and Executive Vice President. Dr. Michael Hager, Senior Vice President for Finance and Operations. Dr. Heather Schrader, Vice President for Student Life. Dr. Colleen Mulholland, Dean of the College of Education. Dr. Jennifer Cooley, Interim Dean of the College of Humanities, Arts, and Sciences. Dr. Brenda Bass, Dean of the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences. Dr. Leslie Wilson, Dean of the David W. Wilson College of Business. Dr. Stephanie Huffman, Associate Vice President for Strategic Initiatives and Dean of the College of Graduate Research and Online Education. Ms. Teresa Westbrock, Dean of the Library. Dr. Melissa Dobosh, Chair of the University Faculty and Associate Professor of Communication and Media. Ms. Kimberly Groniga, Associate Adjunct Professor of Language and Literatures. Ms. Deborah Bloom, Chair of the UNI Alumni Association Board of Managers. Ms. Elizabeth Montalvo, President of Northern Iowa Student Government. And Mr. Jacob Scheel, student speaker and candidate for Bachelor of Science in Automation Engineering Technology. And Ms. Tammy Silver, interpreter. At this time, please welcome the President of the University of Northern Iowa, Dr. Mark Nook.
Honored guests, members of the Platform Party, faculty and staff members, parents, family, and guests of today's graduates, but especially to today's graduates, welcome to these commencement exercises for the winter of 2024 at the University of Northern Iowa. It's a pleasure to be with all of you. Parents and family members, guests of these graduates, thank you for sharing this moment with us, for gathering with us to congratulate and thank these graduates. Today, at this institution, we focus very hard on helping all of our students reach three important goals: their educational goals, their professional goals, and their personal life goals. At this moment, we celebrate the attainment of reaching some of those educational goals, a very important one, whether it's a master's degree, a baccalaureate degree, or a doctoral degree. These educational goals are very important, and they set you up for a lifetime of achieving your professional and your personal life goals. Those goals, those things you want to do with your life away from work, away from education, with your families, in your communities, as you develop and grow stronger and stronger families and communities. As you think about the education that you've received, I know that many of you are thinking about what you're going to do next. How will you use this degree? I always like to help students understand and graduates understand that many of you will take your next job, your first job, and have all of your career around the particular degree that you are being awarded today. Some of you will never use your degree. But I want you to understand that you will always use your education. You have learned things here that will help you regardless of what your career path is, where you go. It will help you in whatever that job is, whether it requires your specific degree or whether it doesn't. The education that you've learned here, that you've received here, the skills that you've received, the habits of mind that you've developed in this educational institution from this group of faculty will serve you well regardless of what the next steps are. So many of you may never use your degree. I'm still trying to figure out what the president of the university has to do with a physics degree. But the education will serve you well for the rest of your life, in your homes, in your communities, and at whatever job or career you end up with. So congratulations on this moment and on the hard work that you've put in. I also want to say thank you to all of you graduates. Institutions are unique places, an opportunity to share ideas, to learn from each other. Each of you has had a tremendous impact on other students. You've had a tremendous impact on members of the faculty. You've had a tremendous impact on this university. And for that, we are forever grateful. So students do change this institution. You push us, you challenge us, sometimes in the classroom, sometimes in student organizations, sometimes in the way that we operate and administer this institution. So thank you for your partnership. Thank you for challenging us. Thank you for making a difference here at the University of Northern Iowa. And I know that will serve you well as you move on in your professional and personal lives. Today, you will see that some of our candidates are wearing red, white, and blue honor cords. The honor cords indicate that these students have served are serving or will be serving our country in the military. This recognition is well deserved, and we are deeply grateful for their service and bravery, which affords all of us our freedoms. If you are a graduating student and are a current member of the military or a veteran or soon to be a member of the military, would you please rise as you are able and make yourself known to accept our thanks and gratitude. Thank you. We recognize that there are many veterans and members of the military in our audience today as well. If you are a veteran or member of the military, would you please rise as you are able and make yourself known and allow us to thank you for your service. Thank you.
At this time, please welcome Dr. Melissa Dobosh, Chair of the Faculty and Associate Professor of Communication and Media.
On behalf of the faculty, I would like to offer my congratulations to today's graduates. The degree you are receiving is from an institution that values the quality of your education, is invested in your experiences as students and alumni, and is dedicated to providing quality faculty with diverse backgrounds to teach its students. We are so proud of your accomplishments. At this time, please direct your attention to the screen as representatives of the faculty also provide their congratulations.
Greetings and welcome to University of Northern Iowa Fall 2024 Commencement. Today is a celebration of you. Today is a celebration of the trials and tribulations that you went through and your steadfast commitment and resilience to see your goals to completion. At the same time, we celebrate a seemingly infinite number of roads that you can travel from this point forward. Please remember, today will not be the day that the full value of your degree becomes realized. Instead, you can count on the learning you have gained and the persistence of your character that you have exhibited while studying at UNI to manifest in a myriad of experiences and opportunities that await you in the coming years. A heartfelt congratulations to you and my absolute best for all of our collective futures.
It's finally here, graduation. It's time to make a difference. I would like to quote from the Teacher Education Affirmation. I take the first step into a profession which lays the living foundation upon which succeeding generations build their lives. I therefore dedicate myself to the advancement of learning, for I know that without it, our successors will lack both the vision and power to build well. I dedicate myself to the cultivation of character, for I know that humanity cannot flourish without courage, compassion, honesty, and trust. UNI graduates, never forget the aspirations you have right now that UNI has instilled in you. And always remember, you can call UNI home.
Your time here at the University of Northern Iowa has been a unique experience, one that has provided you with skills that go far beyond your majors. You have learned how to pivot, adapt, progress, and persevere through challenges. You learned how to use resources around you and how to create resources that didn't exist before. You learned how to see limitations as steps to higher possibilities. I hope as you leave here, you will look back and realize not only did you survive, but you thrived. And you have those skills to build a thriving future for yourself and for others.
Muchas felicidades a todos los graduandos y graduandas por sus logros en la Universidad del Norte de Iowa. Estamos orgullosos de ustedes y de lo que harán en el futuro. Enhorabuena.
Congratulations. Each of you had your own journey to get here today, but every one of you will forever be UNI Panthers. Take a moment to reflect on the memories you made and the accomplishments you achieved through your hard work. And take time to thank those who have supported you along your journey. You are prepared, You are ready. We are excited to see how the skills you developed at UNI will help you to tackle your next adventure. Welcome to the UNI Panther alumni family.
We now proceed to the recognition and award of honors. The university will recognize those candidates honored for their superior record and scholarship. Please welcome Dr. Jose Herrera, Provost and Executive Vice President of the university.
Thank you, Marshall Larimer. Esteemed guests, you may have noticed that some of our candidates today are wearing bronze medallions. This medallion indicates that these students are graduating with summa cum laude honors, which means that they have achieved an academic level which places them in the top 3% of their academic graduating class. The university is very proud to recognize these candidates at this time. Would the summa cum laude graduates please rise as able so we may recognize and honor you? Congratulations. Students graduating with magna cum laude honors have earned a grade point average, placing them in the top 4 to top 8% of those students graduating from their academic college. And they are wearing purple honor cords. Will the magna cum laude candidates please rise as able so we may recognize and honor you? Congratulations. Students graduating cum laude have earned a grade point average, placing them the top 9 through top 15% of those students graduating from their academic college. And they are wearing gold honor cords. Will the cum laude candidates please rise as able so we may recognize and honor you? Congratulations.
It is now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Elizabeth Montalvo, President of the Northern Iowa Student Government.
It is an honor to speak with you all on one of the most celebratory days during your time at the University of Northern Iowa. It has been a privilege to serve as your president of Northern Iowa Student Government this past year and to represent all of you during part of your journey here. Through your decision to attend UNI and your involvements on this campus, you have made valuable contributions, created lifelong memories, and gained the indispensable knowledge that will carry you through your next steps, wherever they may take you. This university is incredibly privileged to have been a part of your journey and is excited to see where you go next. Take what you have learned here and make UNI proud to call you an alum. Enjoy today, and congratulations on your achievements. Go Cats!
At these exercises, it has become our pleasant custom to ask a member of the graduating class to deliver an address to their fellow students. Please welcome Dr. Jennifer Cooley, Interim Dean of the College of Humanities, Arts, and Sciences, to introduce this year's speaker.
Thank you. It is my honor to introduce you to this year's graduation speaker, Jacob Scheel. Jacob's home department is Applied Engineering and Technical Management in the College of Humanities, Arts, and Sciences. I first met Jake when he scheduled a meeting with me to talk about the UNI robotics team. Jake, as president, was strategizing on the new design and build of the robot, preparing for their next competition, and in this case, seeking funding to support the team's travel. What I remember most about that meeting was Jake's professionalism, but also his clear commitment to something greater than himself. He was all in for the team. When Jake was named graduation speaker, I asked him to share some information about the hopes and dreams he had when he was growing up and how they match up with his current status as a soon-to-graduate student with an engineering job already in hand and with a winning record as president of the UNI robotics team. Jake's answer was very telling. I will share it here. Jake said, "Growing up, I wanted to be a doctor for Doctors Without Borders. I've always felt that a life not spent in dedication of helping others is a life not well spent. But in high school, I found out I have an ability not everyone has, to create 3D renderings of objects in my head. And this has allowed me to disassemble and assemble these objects in my head before ever putting them into CAD or trying to build them. I was also particularly gifted in building things and figuring out how things worked. So I chose engineering with the hopes I could provide help to people with these skills instead." Congratulations, Jacob Scheel. Your hard work and numerous successes can inspire us all. I am sure that you will carry your experiences at UNI with you as you go out into the world to help others.
Thank you, Dean Cooley. Hello, friends, family, faculty, students, and fellow graduates. To be completely honest, when I got told that I was nominated as the commencement speaker, I accepted the nomination, assuming I would never be chosen. Clearly, I was wrong. Truth is, I never planned on attending commencement. I didn't plan to walk across the stage, and giving the speech at commencement wasn't something that crossed my mind. Yet here I am today, same as the rest of you. We showed up, put in the work, and now we're sitting here, graduating. So I'll make this quick, but I wanted to share 2 pieces of advice I was given this summer that I haven't stopped thinking about since. The first piece of advice is to say yes when everyone else says no. This will lead to opportunities you never dreamed were possible, opportunities that never would have crossed your mind. Think about all the possibilities that just fade away because people decided to follow the crowd rather than walking a different path. One of my favorite quotes is that there's a fate worse than death, and it's living to hear the eulogy of the person you could have been. The second piece of advice is to show up and build relationships. Some of the best things that can happen to you can happen by accident if you just show up. 4 years ago, I showed up to a robotics team meeting on campus. The only other person that came to the meeting was the president of the team. So that day I became vice president. And then the president never showed up again. All of a sudden, I was the president of a robotics team that had no members except for me. And so I managed to pull together 3 other people and get the team to 4. The next year we grew to 9 people, then 15, and then this year we had 33 people show up. I'm pleased to announce that we brought home a first place award in at least one category every year for the last 4 years. Showing up to robotics granted me the opportunity to meet Dr. Jin Zhu before I had her for any classes. One of the hardest professors I've ever had, but also one of the most caring. I spend most of my nights in the engineering building, and usually the only other people in the building are Jin and the UNI police when they come in to tell me they're going to ticket me if I don't move my car by 1 a.m. I can say that I've never met a professor more dedicated to making sure each student gets the opportunity to prove themselves. Someone else I had the opportunity to work with was Dr. Sam Liang. Sam builds better relationships with with his students than anyone I've ever met. He's not only one of the smartest people I've ever met, but also one of the most relatable. Sam has been a big supporter of the robotics team and came with the team to our competition this year. One of the coolest experiences I had was going with Sam, his wife, and a group of students to see a show inside the Sphere in Las Vegas. I want to say thank you, Jin and Sam, for all your help you provided us over the years. Two other relationships I had that were important were Dr. Lisa Riedel and Chris Shaw. Both worked overtime to make sure I was able to take the classes that would help progress my future. I've worked at Hawkeye Automation and Robotics Center for the last year and a half, and it's granted me the opportunity to earn a lot of certifications related to the field I'm joining. I even ended up instructing courses at Hawkeye in some of these subjects. Lisa and Chris worked to make sure I didn't have to repeat topics I had already taken, and made sure I could take substitutions so I could keep building skills for my future. I want to say thank you, Chris and Lisa. I couldn't have asked for a better advisor or department head. Something that I hear a lot is that I'm a workaholic. The only time I'm not working is when I have the opportunity to be around friends. Growing these relationships is important as well. So to Ben, Gabe, Shannon, Blaze, Alex, Joey, Tessa, Hannah, Molly, Ben, Holly, and Dalen, I want to say thank you to you too. I probably wouldn't have made it through college without all the relationships I've built here. I certainly had a better time because of all of you. These relationships can also help you in your career. A year ago, I was just hoping to get an internship, so I messaged HR at Stellar Industries about their internship program. I didn't hear anything back, assumed it wasn't going to work out, and I mentioned it to my friend Tessa. Turns out her brother is the head of engineering at Stellar Industries, and she sent him my resume. I had an interview a couple days later and ended up getting a position. So I showed up for that entry-level work, built some relationships at the company, and then recently one of the engineering positions opened up. So I applied and interviewed. I've now accepted a full-time engineering position that starts in January. So to summarize, say yes when everyone else says no, show up, and build relationships. Thank you to everyone here who has helped us find our opportunities and build the relationships that are going to mold our futures. Congratulations, 2024 graduates.
Jacob, thank you for such a thoughtful and insightful address to your colleagues here at commencement. And thank you for saying yes and for showing up. We really appreciate it. We wish you the very best in all your future endeavors. We are honored to have a member of the Iowa Board of Regents here to celebrate with us. Speaking today on behalf of the Iowa Board of Regents is Regent Nancy Dunkel. Regent Dunkel spent a long and distinguished career in banking before retiring. She has also served in the Iowa House of Representatives from 2013 to 2016. Regent Dunkel has received numerous professional accolades, including receiving the James A. Leach Leadership Award from the Iowa Bankers Association in 2024. That honor recognizes a distinguished Iowa banker who has made significant, lifelong contributions to how Iowa banks serve Iowa communities. Additionally, Regent Dunkel was inducted into the Iowa Women's Hall of Fame. Regent Dunkel continues to serve on numerous community boards and service organizations near Dyersville, where her and her husband Ken now reside. Please join me in welcoming Regent Nancy Dunkel.
Good morning. On behalf of the Iowa Board of Regents, I congratulate you on the academic success you have achieved. We are proud of your accomplishments. Today, you will receive a degree from one of the finest universities, which has provided you with a strong foundation for your future plans. We wish you success and congratulations to this class of 2024.
We will now proceed to the awarding of the degrees. Dr. Stephanie Huffman, Associate Vice President of Strategic Initiatives and Dean of the College of Graduate Research and Online Education, will now present the candidates for master's degrees. These candidates will please rise as able.
Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the Division of Graduate Studies at the university, I am honored to present to you these candidates who have successfully fulfilled the requirements of their respective degrees. I am pleased to commend them to you for the awarding of those degrees.
Thank you, Dean Hoffman. By virtue of the authority granted by the state of Iowa to the State Board of Regents, and by them delegated to me, I hereby grant to each of you as appropriate and qualified the degree of Master of Accounting, Master of Arts in Education, Master of Business Administration, Master of Music, Master of Science, or Master of Social Work, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. I now pronounce you graduates of the University of Northern Iowa. Congratulations.
The graduates will now be individually recognized. Ms. Kimberly Groniga, Associate Adjunct Professor of Languages and Literatures, will read the names of the graduates. Graduates will be greeted by deans, department heads, and faculty members as they leave the stage.
Amel Lakic, Kyle Andrew Pittman, Katie Lane Fair, Isabel May Holtzen, Fatma Ahmed Hussein Rayed, Samantha Salvis, Veldina Delk, Alexander Ramirez Guzman, Kimberly Diana Shipper, Kizzy Alicia Brown, Alex F. Brown, Andrew Scott Hasty, John Stephen Britt, Abigail Steffen, Karina Kelso, Jordan DeMar Williams, Leah Rachel Stoger, Molly M. Matola, Austin Reed, Kelsey Lee Kane, Dana L. Meyer, Lily Sauer, Olivia Ann Brecht, Kaylee Rose Jennis, Ryan Smiley, Dan W. Miller, Andrew Ni Anang, Joy Kumar Sharma, Ganesh Singh, Jamie Lynn Robinson, Jennifer Patton, Erica Jacobson Schultz, Anna Arlene Wenninger, Kelsey Jordan Perry, Kara Nicole Hoffman, Allie Madeline Lang, Spencer Allen Newman, Christy Lynn Spears, Kelly Lynn DeYoung, Allison Christine Budekofer, Kaylee Jo Simon, Kelsey Sarah Kurtenbach, Kirsten Ann Bruner, Caitlin Shizzle, Jenna Joanne Birds, Erica Louise Collins, Elissa Lee Lund, Anna Carolyn Sturmer, Hannah Lynn Hutchinson, Katie Joanne Tomash, Tamia Vandebruggen,
Please join me in recognizing our new graduates receiving their master's degrees today. As we continue our ceremony, and while all of us are proud and excited to see our graduates cross the stage today and receive their diplomas, we respectfully ask that you refrain from using air horns, cowbells, confetti launchers, and other celebratory instruments during the ceremony. As your graduate crosses the stage, please quickly conclude your applause so that the audience can hear the name of the next candidate. Thank you. The Provost of the University, Dr. Jose Herrera, will now present the candidates for the bachelor's degrees from their respective units. The audience will find the disciplines of study for each college listed in your commencement program.
Will the candidates for bachelor's degree please stand? Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the university, I have the honor to present to you these candidates who have successfully fulfilled the requirements of their respective bachelor's degree. I am pleased to commend them to you for awarding of those degrees.
Thank you, Provost Herrera. By virtue of the authority granted by the state of Iowa to the State Board of Regents, and by them delegated to me, I hereby grant to each of you as appropriate and qualified the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Liberal Studies, Bachelor of Music, Bachelor of Science, or Bachelor of Social Work, with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. I now pronounce you graduates of the University of Northern Iowa. You may move the tassel to the left side of your cap. Congratulations, graduates.
Please be seated. We will now individually recognize the graduates. Ms. Kimberly Groniga will read the names of the graduates. Graduates will be greeted by deans, department heads, and faculty members as they leave the stage.
Olivia Grace Cooper. Danielle Christine Stock. Hannah Lynn Mulford. Kaylee Savannah Stearns. Megan L. Vandepol. Jalen Ray Tomey. Eric Thomas Fitzpatrick. Elizabeth S. Eisenbarth. Kristen Marie Hoy. Delaney Rose Pites. Kayla Rayanne Kellogg. Jenna Grace Aubrey. Paige Christine Wurtzberger. Lakin Kenley Werner. Kennedy Rain Collenbach. Adalia Lynn Tate. Elizabeth Kempf. Avery Bell Miller. Lily Ann Stockberger. Molly Margaret Minster. Marissa Ariel Olson. Megan Pearson. Brooke Elizabeth Holtz. Keely Marie Schmidt. Sierra Nicole Norman. Grace Lynn Avenson. Madeline Pecci. Ainsley Annabelle Mask. Haley Elise Jackson. Abigail Marie Adams. Kylie Nicole Seacrest. Cian K. Laring. Morgan Marie Conan. Ashley Lynn Halverson. Gabrielle Marie Coonan. Audrey Gale Casterton. Mia Cleespies. Allison Nicole Flancha. Jordan Thomas Yezik. Mason Ray Dibble. Lucas John Gregoria. Henry David Olson. Olivia Louise Graving. Emily Grace Manis. Leanne Teresa Kaufman. Addison Catherine Kahns. Allison Paige Mulford. Shannon M. O'Donnell. Carly Grace Motts. Julia Elizabeth Howes. Teresa Chavez. Harley Beth Weir. Emily Catherine Galindo. Cynthia Ortega Aguayo. Valeria Torres. Taylor Nicole Albertson. Abigail Noel Harper. Madison Brooke Hanson. Sydney Catherine Becker. Tara Dane Wayman. Claire Marie Keel. Ava Grace Rudin. Nicole Marie Good. Tori Danielle Wilson. Kennedy Jo Collins. Gabrielle Elizabeth Foster. Maddie Ray Steffen. Erica Christine Schnee. Shay Catherine Smith. Dawn Marie Coles. Jessica Ann Pauley. Ciamara Saray Vargas. Morgan J. Alber. Jaslyn Ray Miller. Brianne Ray Bitterman. Gabriella Goldberg Howard. Sierra Desiree Ross. Christy Boswood. Bonnie Sun. Danielle Cynthia Gideon. Sarah Janelle Cargan. Haley Madison Morgan. Clint Allen Bidding. Hope Rose Schulte. Hannah Noel Horn. Hope Catherine Hartman. Emma Eileen Porter. Madison Ann Jansen. Lauren Mary Martinson. Bailey M. Alberts. Brady Anthony Ramker. Joshua Christian Miller. Michael Lucio. Hannibal Marie Erickson. Brooklyn Hope Dilly. Mallory Lynn Peach. Katie Danielle Kretzman. Lauren Danner. Samantha Bailey Moss. Jasmine Christine Watson. Danielle Judith Gerstenberger. Casey Lynn Brooke. Heather Renee Dash. Zoe Elizabeth Cornelius. Jacob Keen Watson. Hannah Carleen Harbidson. Delaney Marie Francis Marine. Jordan Elizabeth Ruruden. Haley Dahlia Hart. Isaiah Malik Johnson. Tessa May Turvek. Price Leanne Smith. Jacqueline Jean Keister. Gavin Wilson. Tobin Edward Catron. Samuel Ryan Coffrun. Gavin Charles Powell. Justin Aubrey Board. Taya Noel Lindquist. Kaylee Jade Fangman. Scott Richard Bickle. Lauren Ashley Ruth. Jaylyn Grace Easterly. Cole R. Meyer. Rhea May Arman. Abigail Noel Reister. Emily Jean Mueller. Aaliyah Ann Hackman. Alyssa Stiles. Katarina Lynn Smith. Blake Allen Broke. Ian Mark Offner. Nuri Sally Ramirez. Nicholas Duane Johnson. Katie Lynn Carter. Josephine Ann Lewis. Sarah Claire Ramsdell. Keisha Marie Peters. Tara K. Mills. Caitlin M. Fury. Serena Rose Dietrich. Elizabeth Natalia Fariz. Matthew Edward Kapuska. Jace Matthew Rathje. Megan Len Greenfield. Lane Andrew Wohlberger. Wolaber. Zachary Curtis Stager. Jalen Eugene Broughton. Morgan Nathaniel Bequeath. Clarence John Hall Polkinghorn. Dalton Parker Wright. Jalen Lee McNeil. Jarhut Akaranut Dervo. Keegan Blue Beyer. Jack Benkowski. Garrett Michael Hanna. Carson Willie Serrata. Mason Alexander DeVorce. Fletcher Marshall. Ty Slauson. Cheyenne Ray McMillan. Ellie Elizabeth Capalbo. Erin Faye Powers. Olivia Paige Margaret Chernagle. Jack Jude Krebs. Adrienne Rossford. Brooklyn Elizabeth Bailey. Rebecca Grace May Van Manen. Shayla Ray Schmidt. Emma Nelson. Joanna Karen Engelman. Ross Jerome O'Neill. Trevor Wayne Rogers. Emily May Wilding. Ashlyn Shea Craven. Brady Dale Shook. Mo Czar. Carissa Marie Fowler. Ava Marie Pencil. Cole Jace Siebenaller. Camonte Leon Grimes. Robbie Peterson Jr. Griffin Schoonover. Taylor Elizabeth Schlaughter. Caroline Ann Crawford. Taylor Emily Walker. Christine Marie Eppel. Alexis Marie Peckenschneider. Brandon Ben Ho. Jade Marie Tesser. Hannah Jane Novotny. Jose Garcia. Joseph John Youngblood. Zach Allen Goodall. Marissa Rose Perk. Esmeralda Hernandez. Macy Terrell Banez. Sarai Cortez. Anna Colleen Harkin. Tayton Friedoff. Justin David Pierce. Ashton Christopher McConnell. Abel Dean Makengo Mwanda. Jacob Riley Shield. Luke Robert Cosgrove. Boo Ray. Marianne Marie Hinman. Brianne K. Phillips. Carly Jo Johnson. Lansing Nelson Lyon. Brock Anthony Jameby. Dylan Yvonne Lundquist. Grace Marie Myers. Leslie Larissa Carlos. Alexandra Herrera. Gregorio Eduardo Fleitas. Marina Avdonina. Claire Madeline Svenby. Angela Veery. Caleb Keith Susi. Kylie Marie Duhachik. Maya Bernice Cole. Madeline Olivia Schobert. Isabel Renee Bradley. Sophia Janine Hoffmeyer. Lillian Joy Bracco. Katie Isara Elizabeth Garcia Valsero. Mackenzie Taylor Vick. Junji Zhou. Lindsay Heather Johnson. Paige Victoria Radcliffe. Megan Woods. Samantha Joanne Benson. Chloe Elizabeth Russell. Carly Ann Jareva. Owen Stewart Weimer. Landon Haas. Megan Eva Schulte. Lauren Elizabeth Kramer. Robert Lloyd White. Zachary Wayne Imes. Kyle Mark Trunnell. Parker Rourke Rugstead. Alan James Murray. Brady Scott Node. Emerson Lee McGrath. Michaela Gabrielle Polka. Ruth Abata. Kayla Thompson. Aria Michaela Jensen. Buna Tamatai. Olivia Berkeley Hansen. Sydney Michelle Hoyer. Victor Jackson Robbins. Tucker Lucas Delvaux. Blake Charles Shaney. Emma Grace Yoder. Madeline Rose McAvan. Carter Reed Bush. Robert Francis Drew. Laura Ray Harms. Rachel Janine Bass. Austin John Whitgreave. Jonathan Richard Brustkern. Anthony Granado. Andrew Martin Gustafson. Evelyn Catherine Neiman. Ethan Michael Meyer. Adam Robinson. Caitlin Elizabeth Bogley. Bogey. Alua Daisy Johnson. Caitlin Quaid. Morgan Dawn Johnson. Aaron K. Schoffenbuhl. Zane Allen Poss. Chase Allen Olson. Sierra Angela Amin. Megan Kathleen Hedke. Sebastian Darius Swistek. Patrick Owen Nyland. Jordan Andrew Upmeyer. Brett Anthony Lensing. Adam Joseph Hermiston. Jackson Daniel Barth. Joey Jude Fratto. Trey Elliott Jansma. Carson Paul Schultz. Brady Richard Hovey. Kyan Garrett Tompkins. Brennan Thomas Sweeney. Felicity Ryan Worsham. Preston Scott Pollard. Nicole Elizabeth Lutz. Ellie Brooke Dalton. Mandy K. Warren. Rebecca Sue Lamas. Elena Ann Steckline. Eva M. Vandemortel. Eric Eisebrand. Kylie Jo Merzlock. Chloe Janelle Eilandfelt. Shannon Marie Beck. Marquette Kelly Millum. Ellie Noel Mondernock. Brandon Sears. Gabe Barnes. Kat Jolene Torgerson. Riley Lil Schill. Ava Sue Gift. Kyle Aaron Otto. Jacob Lyndon McLaughlin. Amari Tashawn Pazek. Tajari Avant Edwards. Hayden Mora Searing. Isabel Mary Sue Bush. Charlotte Grace Collins. Brody Patterson. Jamie Michelle Covington. Jordan Brent Trout. Connor Reese Bradley. Kendall Ann Lineman. Avery Arlene Kasich. Kelly Ann Prush. Jaylee Christine Hicklin. Erica Louise Peters. Sybil Rain Tim. Thalia Marie Torres Guzman. Cameron Joseph Noctaborn. Darlin Camelia Boreas. Charlotte Elizabeth Romero. Daniela Limas Castro. Aisha Benet Weekly. Nolan Joseph Holdgrafer. Brandon Joseph Leinen. Ethan James Orthaus. Avery Marie Tiernan. Maxwell Wolfgang Raritt. Brock Parker Weiss. Riley David Wolf. Stone Armstrong Turner. Zachary Michael DeVries. Jake William Frommelt. William Alexander Berry. Colin Christopher Moran. Isaac John Britt. Ryan James Plummer, Jayla Marie Cox, Emily Marie Wedeking, Elsie Reek, Jason Feliciano, William Nicholas Van Eysen, Ryan Matthew Mendez, Matthew Robert Nellis, Kyle Jacob Moddett, Jared Christopher Weber, Cooper Glenn Best, Mason John White, Lincoln Patrick Lassord, Cameron Michael Ritter, Colin Ryan Wiltgen, Jacob Andrew Harold, Madison M. Shaw, Kyle Daniel Spady, Reed Voss, Kevin Joseph Myers, Jack Olivia Ermer, Jack Oliver Ermer, Adam Ryan Skur, Jackson Josiah Rosenboom, Devin Joseph Newhouse, Taylor Waterbeck, Catherine Jo Tramp, Ellie Simone Hilbrandt, Amber Ann Latire, Cheyenne Nicole Stewart, Jane Renee Johns, Isabella Nicole Ariano, Dylan Ray Rolfson, Megan Ray Popelka, Briley Madison Bogie, Ella Grace Imler, Claire Callista Croffle, Delaney Ann Markart, Aaron Paul Neiman, Gabriel Victor Schmidt, Emily Ann Miller, Caitlin M. Strong, Gabriel R. McDonald, Alex Nieves, Brandon Michael Brayton, Gabriel Lee Newmandahl, Jordan Elizabeth Jungi, Normita Watson, Alexandra Jane Boobin, Kendra Nicole McCombs, Edina Tahirovich, Lauren Marie Hall, Araceli Aguilar Rubio, Satara Therese Dillon, Ellie Sue Dove, Kaylee Mae Oskvig, Phoebe Christine Thrall, Benjamin John Belkin, Tristan Judd Roper, Kyle Christopher Kelly,
Congratulations. How about one more round of applause for our graduates who received their degrees today? It is now my privilege to introduce Ms. Deborah Bloom, Chair of the UNI Alumni Association Board of Managers.
Greetings, distinguished guests, faculty, students, families, and friends. On behalf of the nearly 126,000 UNI alumni, I extend congratulations to you, members of the class of 2024. You have earned a degree from the University of Northern Iowa, and you should be proud of this momentous accomplishment. Your time here as a student was brief compared to what commences today. Your lifelong experience as an alum of this great institution. I encourage you to stay engaged with UNI. As a UNI graduate, your active participation in the life of the university will help you continue to develop personally, enhance the value of your degree, and advance UNI to new heights. At this time, I ask all UNI alumni in the audience to please stand and applaud the newest members of our UNI alumni family. Again, congratulations to all of you, our newest UNI graduates.
Graduates, would you please rise, all of you, all graduates, masters, baccalaureate. Members in attendance, please join me in one last congratulations to this incredible group of people. Please be seated. Graduates, the faculty in particular have played an important, if not vital, role in you achieving this status of graduates of the University of Northern Iowa. It's an honor to have some of the representatives of our faculty here with us today. Would you please join me in thanking the faculty and the staff of this university for the work that they've done to prepare you for this day and for your lives to come. Please join me in thanking the faculty. Now, I'm going to ask several people to rise at this point, and when I ask your group to rise, would you please rise and stay standing until I get all the way through this. It takes a little bit of work, but if you are the spouse or the life partner of one of today's graduates, would you please rise? Now stay standing, you can't sit down. Stay standing, don't sit down. You've got to stay standing. If you are a child of one of today's graduates, would you rise? If you are the parents or guardian of one of today's graduates, would you please rise? If you are a significant other of one of today's graduates, would you please rise? If you are the grandparents or great-grandparents of one of today's graduates, would you please rise? If you are a sibling of one of today's graduates, would you please rise? If you are the aunt, uncle, or cousin of one of these graduates, would you please rise? If you are a UNI faculty or staff member, would you please rise? If you are a current or former teacher or coach or mentor of one of these graduates, would you please rise? If you are the friend of one of these graduates, would you please rise? If you in some way, shape, or form know one of these graduates, would you please rise? Graduates, look around you. Each of you has been supported on your journey to reach this moment in your lives. The people standing around you, they've loved you, they've provided moral support, emotional support, spiritual support, and perhaps financial support. They have taught you, encouraged you, fed you, and occasionally laundered your clothes. These people have done whatever was possible to help you reach this moment, to reach this educational goal and the beginning of your journey in your professional and personal lives. Graduates, please join me in thanking the support network that stands around you. To all of those that have supported these graduates, thank you from everyone at the University of Northern Iowa. It's been a pleasure to share a moment of their lives here at the University of Northern Iowa. In honor of today's graduates, would all of our graduates and everyone else please rise or remain standing to join in the singing of the University of Northern Iowa alma mater, presented on the video board by the UNI Varsity Men's Glee Club. The lyrics can be found on the last page of the program, as well as in the order of events that guests received.
Please be seated for our final announcements. Please direct your attention to the top of the McLeod Center or the video board. At this time, we would like to thank conductor Christopher Mers, professor of jazz studies, and the Jazz Band 1 students for their wonderful live music today. Thank you. We ask that all graduates and audience members remain in place until after the President's Party has exited the McLeod Center. At that point, all graduates will be escorted up the stairs to the concourse. Audience members should remain at their seats until all graduates have traversed the stairs. Please rise as able for the recessional of the President's Party. The fall commencement exercises of 2024 for the University of Northern Iowa are now adjourned.